Hi, I'm Mike Van Atten from Hill Country Fishing Rods, and I've been provided this kit to examine. Now, I will say first a disclaimer that the cameras are mine, the cases are mine, and the cameras are separate. But the kit includes what appears to be a nice wrist strap. I think it's multi-use; could be used for multiple things. Has a clip, has this nice head strap, which I find more comfortable than some of the other ones I've used. This chest harness, which is fairly comfortable. And I guess what I should say is that the brand name, Puluz, I like the fact that they include a little baggie to go with it. And I mean, you can see the what I've got on already is fairly secure. I've even got this suction cup mount here that with a little extra help it's quite strong, and but it comes with all this stuff. I believe this is probably for a bike mount or something. Not sure what I'll use that for in kayaking, but the monopod is nice. It extends pretty far, so I think that'll be pretty good, pretty standard. There's extra straps, little ties for hooking up to the camera and things. Has a little float to go on the back of the camera. Although I'm not one of those that uses those, but I mean, after looking at it, I'm not sure how I would mount it so I could still see the screen through the float, or by pulling off the float. I might come up with a Velcro method where I could put Velcro on the sides and still be able to pull it off and see the screen. I might do something like that. I might even attach Velcro on the edges here so that the Velcro can go on the side of the camera or something, you know, instead of having to put it permanently on there with a sticker, you know, something along this line. I'm not sure I like that idea because I look at the back of the screen while I'm in the field on a regular basis. So, but these things are fantastic. This looks it's a standard type. I've used these before. They're fantastic. There is a couple of things that they've included in this kit that I haven't seen elsewhere. One, they include a wrench for putting on these things that are sometimes very difficult to use. They include that. And then a second thing that I thought was very thoughtful is they provided extra turn knobs with the base in it, so that if your base, which comes out, if the base goes bad, you can push it back out and put another one in. Put your nut, your base nut in back into the device or whatever it is that you need it on. I thought that was really thoughtful. And everything here seems to be very good quality. I haven't had any issues with any of it. They provide plenty of extra of the knobs, and so much stuff that I'm not even sure I will ever be able to use it all. I mean, they even include a little bit of cord to attach things, or if you might need it. So it's really a good kit. Even some of these I particularly like these because they lock, so you can cinch it up on something, pull it up tight, shut it, and now it won't come off of whatever that is. So that's awesome. I like that. So one thing I forgot, this particular clamp is actually a little unusual. I've seen others. This one is nice because when you loosen it up, there's a couple of nice features about it. One, the nut comes off so that you can put it on whatever you want to put it on, and then shut it back together, and it will you don't have to take the whole thing apart. That's nice. That's almost closed and I can pull it off. That's cool. I like that. But the other thing is, because of that design, the way the screws go into this, they're reversed. So what that allows me to do is I can back this out a tremendous distance. You can see I'm in there. You can't really see it, but that is probably about as far as you'd want to go on that. And here I'll back this one all the way out. You can see how there's the screw backs out the other end. Other ones that I've seen used extended versions of these, and I'm not happy with them. Let's just put it that way, because they barely fit on my paddles. My paddles happen to be fairly large. But this method, that's a big space. You can almost fit that on a 1x2 board. Something inside of that, you could put that on a big frame bike. There's a lot of things that would fit on. So I mean, almost fits on that thing. So I mean, it kind of gives you an idea. I don't think it would because of the width here, but you can get a pretty good device in that. So that's a plus. I really like that because that just it makes it so much more easier to use. And it still goes all the way down to something really fine, and it's got the felt in there, this foam in there to keep it from scratching your equipment. So overall, I think this kit is really good. I'm definitely going to be using it in the field. There's a couple of things even on this here. I noticed there's some rust in the screws. Probably sat in a hold on a ship and may have condensated a little bit. They put some silica gel in the pack, but it may not have been enough. So that's something they may need to work on. But I'll add a little oil to that, and it'll stop the rust. And I don't have anything to complain about for that. That may or may not be on the next one. So, but that the parts are fairly standard, so I should be able to replace some of this stuff. If I went to the hardware store, I'd be able to find the pieces to replace it. So I'm just tightening this back up so I can keep the sight all stored together. The only thing I wasn't sure about is there's these little felt pads. I'm sure there's probably a good reason for them. Maybe if you were putting some equipment together with some of this stuff and you wanted to put a pad, an extra layer of padding in there, might be good to have them. They came sealed so that they didn't get any water or anything on them. But when I tested them with a little water, they just absorbed it. It's not like they're sticky pads or anything like that. But probably just a way to keep vibrations out. I mean, imagine you might be able to use them between pieces where there might be a vibration and you want to get rid of it. So it's little thoughtful things that I haven't seen in other places. One of these is actually this here is kind of interesting because all this is, and it comes with a little sticky tab. It's a device, probably I would say to put on like a kayak. You could you put this on a kayak, and then you have your mount, your suction mount here, and then you could take the little rope like here, tie it to your camera and to here. So if the mount came off, so what? It's tied on, and that way you don't have to use your float. I've put my float on my camera when I've got the mount on it, because if the mount pops off while you're going down the river, bloop, there goes your camera. So you better have the float on. But with this, it's tied on. No problem. You're done deal. You don't have to worry about it. So that's cool. It's cool. I'm impressed. It's definitely one of the better kits I've seen so far. So with that, and I've had this thing on the whole time. One thing I should show you is it's got a rubber on the end here, on the inside, keep it from moving. It's kind of nice. I've seen that on other ones, but they even put a little piece of felt back here. I mean, the thoughtfulness and how they design this is brilliant. So, and one of the things that I haven't seen before is one of these. it's just a big monster clip, and it really has a bite to it. It hangs on very well. You can see the teeth inside there. So that thing hangs on good, and it's very, very tight. So it's very strong. That would hang on to something. Like if you, it's even got a little mount here. I didn't even notice that. You could strap this strap onto it or something else. But when you clip that onto a hat, you could actually, if you had your hat mount on somebody else's head, you could put this on your head and have that as a hat mount. That would pretty much stay there. That's really gripping hard. I would expect that to stay on unless I lost my hat. So that's I think that's about it. You don't get much better than that without adding more stuff. And I would say for for $40, which is what the price is, this is a pretty good kit. And that was given to me for a review, and I'm not going to pull any punches. If there's something wrong, like the rust on here, I'm going to let you know about it. But I don't see anything wrong other than that rust. There is nothing else in this kit that I have anything to complain about. I'm going to use it for sure. So, with that, I'm Mike from Hill Country Fishing Rods. If you get one of these, enjoy.